Looks good here? Oh, good. I'm so glad. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Alright, so we have in the bottom left from Clan Hoa is our yellow Zerg. He is down by 1 game, but can he come back? Oh, oh, oh. Misclick. Oops. That's what I get for being trying to be all fancy and stuff. Anyways, so we have in the bottom left. Oh, these poor guys! They just screwed up their build orders by pausing on them. We have in the bottom left from Clan HOA, Riquiz. Yeah, actually did pretty good that time. And in the top right, wearing the blue swim trunks, we have from Team NG Pro, DemonRules. Alright, cool. So last game, we saw... that was... yes, I'm wise. That was like the worst misclick ever. Brutal. Anyways. Okay, so, in case you guys did not get to watch game number 1. Whoa! First of all, why am I talking about game number 1 when in game number 2... we've got a proxy gateway, double proxy gateway. Oh my god, okay, so I am going to mention, in game number 1, we saw a really standard Forge First, 2-base all-in coming out of Demon Rule. And Riquiz played not a very greedy build. He went pool first, but did play a pretty standard macro. He's going pool first again, so he might actually be somewhat safe. But it really depends on whether or not he scouts this. Will this Overlord is going directly for the double gateway proxy. Oh my god, I think unless Riquiz does something really weird, I think he's very, very safe. But on the other hand, DemonRules has spotted the movement of the Overseer, sorry, the Overlord. He knows that the Overlord is possibly the Overlord spotted. The Overlord has spotted the double gate, and the great thing about it is because he's still on 1 base, and he's got Lings and Ling Speed coming out at the exact same time. Riquiz should be absolutely fine. He should be absolutely fine. He's getting a Spine Crawler. He knows there's a lot of big aggression coming. Meantime, Forge going down at the natural because DemonRules obviously is concerned that there might be a counterattack. But now we have 2 Zealots coming into the main. Queen and about, I think that's 6 Zerglings, or 8, or 9. So, DemonRules realizes that this is not going to work. Although, it looks like he's hoping for a nice hold position right on the ramp there. To have a favorable engagement against the Speedlings. If the Lings do want to move out. Will he be taking an expansion? He does want... Oh, no, he's going to try and build that wall first. So both players realize that this is a bit of a dangerous opening. Neither is fully committing. Although I'd say Riquiz is pretty heavily committed to getting rid of these Zealots. Especially the ones on hold position. They're not going to move. And they do run away. And the Lings are chasing them. The Lings, if they get a good surround... No, the Lings are going to ignore the Zealots and just try to stop any further aggression out of DemonRules. They're going to take out that pylon. At the same time, DemonRules Zealots are moving back home to help defend the wall and the natural. The pylon is down, and these 2 gates are no longer an issue whatsoever. So the question is, will Riquiz be continuing to reinforce with more Lings? It doesn't look like he is not taking a... Oh no, he did. He took his natural. And I think all these Zealots are going to die. Now that's a pretty big Ling army. We're going to see if the wall from DemonRules is able to hold up with 2 cannons. He should be okay. But Riquiz might be able to take down a pylon and then kind of scoot through there. I don't know. There's no mothership core out yet, so photon overcharge is not an issue. But Riquiz does not know that, and I think he's just going to go clean up those two gates that are like a sliver in his finger that just doesn't feel good. Clean those gates up and get back to mining and try and see if he can get on a level playing field here, because the Protoss player is, well, I mean, his second base is natural. His main actually just hit saturated. His second, he only has a couple workers on there. Let's take a look at the units here. So we're really even on worker production, I believe. Roach Warren is being researched now. Sentries coming out of DemonRules. So DemonRules is not teching up. Last game we saw that he went for a relatively early RoboBay on 2 bases, but instead it looks like he's a little nervous that his attack didn't work, and so he's going to just stay put on 2 bases, go for pure gateways with chrono boosting out sentries to try and hold off this attack. Because Riquiz, he is ahead, and if he does a really strong attack with the speedlings and a timing attack with those roaches, could be very, very difficult for DemonRules to hold off. But so far we have not seen any run-bys. We now have a few roaches, a bunch of lings, almost 24, I guess that's 23 lings. This wall's looking pretty strong with more sentries coming out, so DemonRules really, he's just looks like he wants to hold the front. We've got no upgrades. Oh, the Robo facility does go down, and here comes that timing with the roaches and the speedlings. If the lings and the roaches, especially the roaches, if the lings attack and the roaches focus fire, the pylons, for example, this could do a ton of damage. Still, there is no mothership core, but the question is, will the sentries' force fields be good enough? Roaches without the lings, okay, the roaches were trying to see if they could get rid of, but this pylon right here, this should be the main target for Riquiz. That will take down at least one of these gateways, I think. Whew. Riquiz still on just 2 bases, and Immortals are now being produced for DemonRules. I do think it would be very safe for him to take a third, and he is right now. I think. Yeah. So the third's being taken. I'm going to have a little sip of beer. Delicious German beer. Meantime, nice, pretty decent creep spread coming out of Riquiz. Almost reaching the halfway mark on the map, which would give him good information. And the Hallucinated Phoenix is going to go directly to what could be the third, and he's going to see that expansion. So with the third now being taken by Riquiz, DemonRules may fully commit to a 2-base attack. Oh, he was so fully walled in that he had to get rid of his cannon. And now we're starting to see a repeat of last game, but we don't yet have a Warp Prism. The Lings are going to run away. I don't think they could have done too much damage with all the force field energy. We've got +1/+1 being researched by the Zerg player. Excuse me. +1 is just finished for our Protoss player. But I'm not sure. I don't think he has the confidence to move out just yet. Looks like he wants to establish his third. Riquiz is gooping it all up. I'm not sure what that is going to do. Whoa, Speedlings are going to come in. They're going to try and shut this down very quickly. The Nexus is going to be cancelled. Forcing the cancel. Very nice by Riquiz, but can he get out? Oh my goodness! The Lings get trapped, and they took out the third, but at what cost? At what cost? No, the Lings are going to survive. They're going to run around. They got out of there pretty good. The Overlord does go down, and this is going to delay the the third for DemonRules for a little while. Still, Riquiz is quite behind in the supply count. Getting lots of upgrades. Ground melee attacks are being upgraded. Oh, Blink now being researched by DemonRules. So this is going to be very interesting. Here we go. We've got the Warp Prism in production. The third is going down. So it looks like DemonRules is going to go for more of that Warp Prism harassment. Also, in this map, I'm not sure if you can blink up here. I think you can, yes. So this section right here on the map is really strong for Warp Prism harass and for blink, because you can kind of get that above ground vision, blink up, blink down, do more warp ins. It's pretty strong. But actually, I think that DemonRules wants to go and shut down the economy of Riquiz. So he's going to head straight for the third with the Warp Prism for reinforcements. Oh, but we do have Enduring Locusts being researched, so we're going to see Swarm Host play, but it might be too little too late. Big warp in of a bunch of Stalkers against Hydra, Roach, Ling, but he sees him. He knows he's up there. Riquiz might decide to just let the third fall. In fact, he is going to let the third fall, and instead he's counterattacking to go and attack the third of DemonRules, and then perhaps continue his attack, but that wall is still going to be kind of difficult. We do have a Mothership Core with not enough energy for for the Nexus Cannon. The third fell very quickly. These Immortals do a lot of damage against buildings. The question really is, who's going to be faster? DemonRules is supply blocked, and DemonRules has decided, no, he's going to push up into the natural. He's going to meet this thing head on, and Riquiz is not sure if he can take that wall on or not. He's just kind of sitting there trying to make up his mind. The Enduring Locusts are on the field, but wow. That is a ton of Spine Crawlers and Locusts. He's got that big beefy defense, so he's going to go straight for the wall. Sentries have lots of energy. Mothership Core has now thrown the cannon on the Nexus. And in the meantime, DemonRules is pushing directly right up. He doesn't have detection, so he's not going to see the Locusts coming. Lots of damage being done to DemonRules' army. Workers being pulled, and I don't think Riquiz is going to be able to break this. That cannon's too strong, and there's no detection. The DTs are going to do free damage, but DemonRules is repelled. He's held back. He's pushed back. Riquiz, although only on one base, this is a very, very tough situation for Riquiz. He got a big worker pull, though, which was really, really good. But the DTs have pushed them off. He's got to go. There's no detection. The DTs would do just too much damage. And both players, Riquiz, a big supply deficit. Oh, man. I think DemonRules can just go ahead and push in. He's got the money, he's got the DTs. Doesn't have the detection, but that's just not enough Swarm Locusts, or Swarm Hosts, or whatever. Just not enough. The DTs have done way too much damage. There's the detection, and that's GG for DemonRules. Wow. 2 games in a row. Absolutely epic.